The boy was instantly captivated by the beautiful woman with just one glance. His eyes couldn't look away from her, and single Will was utterly mesmerized. The more he saw of her through the crack in the door, the more irresistible she became. It wasn't until her wealthy husband walked in that Will's admiration was interrupted. Still too embarrassed to speak, Will watched as the woman kissed her husband and turned to leave. This woman was Will's new neighbor, and the man was obviously a successful person. When the husband's sailboat had some issues and needed repairs, Will saw an opportunity to make some extra money and eagerly agreed. But from the moment he laid eyes on the man's wife, he was entranced by her beauty. To get closer to her, Will promised to repair the sailboat for free, just so he could see the beautiful woman again. That night, unable to sleep and still thinking about her, Will stood by the window and gazed across at her graceful figure. He thought that with their vastly different social statuses, he'd never have a chance to interact with her, but fate had other plans. One day, while repairing the sailboat, Will suddenly heard a scream outside. It was the voice of the woman he couldn't stop thinking about. He rushed out and arrived at the scene, only to find that a small spider had appeared in the woman's car. Will quickly chased it away, and the woman mentioned that her car wouldn't start. Will jumped in to help start the car, but just as he was about to leave, the woman moved closer. The scent of her subtle perfume once again made him fall deeper under her spell. After getting the car started, Will reluctantly turned to leave. When he told his friend about what happened, his friend was incredibly envious and said that they would definitely meet again. This was what Will hoped for as well, but he didn't dare to expect too much. Then one day after work, just as he arrived home, he found the woman waiting for him outside his door. She said she had forgotten her keys and her husband was out of town. She asked Will to help her. Will was more than happy to oblige. They went to her apartment downstairs, where the woman handed Will a stone and asked him to break the glass so he could climb in. After entering, Will reached the door to open it for her, and she invited him inside for a cup of coffee. Will was overjoyed, but he was also nervous, afraid that he wouldn't be able to control himself. Alone with the woman, he couldn't resist.